Hi, I'm Terry Trance.
And I'm Dakota McWagwan.
And welcome to Chess Watch! 64 squares in one bigger square and a ticking clock to remind you time is always going to catch up with you.
That's right, get ready for some classic highlights from a head-to-head battle royale between people from all over the world. And as always, it's white versus black.
But it ain't a race thing. Now let's meet our main player, Eric Lampaert. Now his squad is looking to have a fantastic year ahead of him. Let's meet the offense team.
Oh, yeah.
Alfred Lapion, Morgan Erpingham, Crazy Tony, Leontis Herbert, Eleanor Ivanov, Francis Dracu, Archinimus Lapucelle, Helen West, Dolabella Anonymous, Enuma Koinoyokan, DeAndre Williams, Benoit B. Mandelbandel, Susan Vanderfloof, Gremio Aguachink, Deborah Gaddis Fortescue, Ellipsis Roy Fortescue.
We are going to be looking at some great plays by Susan Vanderfloof.
Oh, yeah, she's an absolute beast. You do not want to date her. Oh, and let's not forget about Crazy Tony and Benoit B. Mandelbandel, who have had a great season so far.
Indeed, and thankfully, all charges have been dropped against Mandelbandel, so please, stop messaging us about it. The judge ruled him innocent of that horrific crime.
Right on.
Now let's meet the defense.
Mordax Garrison James, Jacques Tersheet, Carol Can III, Cicero Rivers, Esteban Poco Chocolate, Viola de Armado, Guan Gugu, Chad Hitler, no relation, Larry Collywobbles, aka The Rocket, Anon Fitzpatrick, Chloe Rivers, Jamila Cattywampus, Keith Obolus Bumfuzzo, Willie Vigori, Bay Slampalato Udumo y Rajarix Udumo.
Larry Collywobbles is a tough cookie to crumble, but when that wind is in his sails and the boat is at the top of the staircase and he just flips that pancake, well, you just know you're in trouble. And you know what I mean.
No. But I tell you what, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing Mordax Garrison James and Esteban Poco Chocolate working together again. We all remember that 1975 game.
Now, I don't want to sound biased, but I just hope Eric wins and defeats all of his opponents because they're losers, and he's awesome and sexy.
I couldn't agree with you more. Now, let's see the scores for the last 20 games by Eric as he attempts to deliver a scholar's mate, the famed 4-move checkmate. 13 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw.
Not a bad result, and look at what we have here, a 4-move checkmate. Let's have a look at that replay.
Ivanov opens with e4, the opponent mirrors the move, it's an EE position, or as we call it, the Michael Jackson opening.
Koinoyokan slides into c4, targeting that f7 square.
Opponent brings out his knight c6, it's not too late to protect from the scholar's mate. Deborah positions herself on the h5 square, and it's now or never.
But another knight gallops into play, perhaps to attack our queen, but it's too late. She swipes past a horsey and delivers a checkmate.
Beautiful. Let's take a look at a few more games. Game 7, a loss for Eric. Let's take a closer look and see why.
Judging by the evaluation bar, black, played by the opponent, is in a winning position, but gives it away with king to h8.
However, this is short-lived, as Eric makes a foolish, stupid, idiot boy move by moving Deborah to h6 for a potential checkmate.
That's right, Terry. She was protecting Mandelbandel, who's in the line of sight by the opponent queen. What he should have done is moved Eleanor Ivanov up 1 square to protect him.
Well, you live and you learn.
You also die and you learn, Terry. Now let's take a look at Game 8. Eric's first brilliant move on chess.com. Congratulations.
This play just shows us how much promise there is in that young and attractive man. Young, intelligent, and rumors are well endowed.
That's what the blogs are saying. So he moves Larry Collywobbles to h3. But White's g-pawn can't take because Willie Vigori is staring directly at the king, staring him down like a hawk, hungering for a trembling marsupial.
And just look at this position. Fitzpatrick has the king in his sight, flanked by Jamila Cattywampus, It's no wonder he won this game.
We always gotta be wary of the engine, because after a check with Vigari, the opponent king moves out of the way and Vigari slides to f2, which apparently is a blunder, but we know it's not because he's protected by Fitzpatrick, and on the next turn, slides in front of the queen to remove her from play as another check is delivered and opponent resigns.
The engine calls it a blunder because it wants this to happen because it predicts that will happen next, so that this can happen next, and then that. And then this, and then that, and then this, so that, and that, then this, that, that.
Let me stop you there, Terry. The computer doesn't know anything about human emotion. And no matter how hard it tries, it will never understand why a human will make the mistake of going back to G1 knowing that this square was a previous point of attack. It still is. Why do humans do the things they do? Well, it boggles the mind. Until a computer has fallen in love and has had that rug pulled from underneath its feet. Until it's opened the box to verify whether that cat is alive or dead. Well,
Okay.
it's all theoretical. I sometimes wonder if the first signs of life in the universe was an emerging thought from within its own darkness, asking, "What am I?" So who cares what moves are made next? One minute you're playing a great game, and the next somebody on the board commits suicide and changes how everybody plays.
Okay. Thank you.
We now go live to an interview with Eric.
It didn't faze me. I kept on attacking. I got his queen. Now I went on and gave away one of my rooks, but I held my head high and I delivered a beautiful checkmate. But as I said, lots to learn. I still need to look in all directions and try to predict the future and essentially become psychic. Now I'm not sure what the rules are in the chess community on gaining access and hacking into global consciousness in such a way that I am not just in my opponent's mind, but in everybody else's mind. It would certainly make me a very dangerous player. Yes.
What is your view on the cheating scandal?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, if a player is going to be receiving signals by having his G-spot stimulated with extreme pleasure and go on to win a game of chess, well, I say good on you. Good on you, because in my experience, it's very difficult to be receiving pleasure while playing a game of strategy. One example is that I once had my PRs telling me not to say it, but I think it's okay. I was once having my toes sucked. My toes were being sucked while receiving while playing a game of chess, and I lost within 15 seconds. So so I say good on him.
Yes, and when you say lost in 15 seconds, do you mean...
No more questions. Thank you.
That's all we have for you folks tonight on Chess Watch.
And as Mr. Sinatra once said, we've all been a pawn and a king, but each time we fall flat on our face, we just pick ourselves up and get back in the race.
That's life. Thank you and good night.